Friends of Lexington's latest murder victim are remembering him now that his accused killer has been arrested.
Following an outbreak of mumps on the University of Kentucky's campus, the university is offering a clinic for all students who want to get vaccinated.
On and off showers and a few rumbles of thunder the rest of the day. Afternoon, cool air slides on in here. And here's 5 p.m. Look where the rain to snow transition line is. It's going to be rolling on in here later on this evening. We'll talk all about that coming up.
WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon. So good to have you with us on WKYT. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. It's a soggy day here in the Bluegrass with steady to heavy rain coming down most of the morning.
And that is expected to continue most of the afternoon before the temperatures drop off, and we'll be getting another round of snow tonight and into tomorrow. WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris is tracking what's going on our First Alert Defender.
Yeah, and we have a wind advisory in effect for all of the Bluegrass region now. Finally, the National Weather Service has put that in effect from Louisville, and you can see in the blue shaded region lake wind advisory for the brown shaded region over toward the east southeast, where we have plenty of lakes. If you're going out there, you might want to rethink that. 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts, then a flood watch. I mean, we have a lot going on. Flood watch, far northern counties. And what you can see across the region, well, we have the showers and even a few rumbles of thunder now sparking up across the area. This is a big system. On the north side of it, we're talking about crippling snow, shut down snow across the Midwest. Then you look on the east side of this, the warm sector, and now we're talking about severe weather across the East Coast. What about for us? Well, for us is mainly just going to be some showers, heavy downpours here and there. Could you have a severe storm out of this? It's a small possibility. Most of this is just going to be some heavy downpours, gusty winds, and also with that cooler air sliding on in with that low pressure system, we could have some small hail falling out of these showers and thunderstorms. So we're going to get into this. I'm going to show you when this starts to switch over to that snow. It's going to be a while, but I'll show you when coming up.
All right, and really we're the ones just sort of getting a piece of this. We're not the only ones dealing with wild weather this week. People in the Carolinas are now bracing for a dose of severe weather that slammed the Gulf states yesterday.
At least 3 people were killed and dozens injured after tornadoes ripped across towns from Mississippi to Florida. Kenneth Craig has the latest from Atlanta.
4 homes are leveled on this block in Pensacola, Florida, after a suspected tornado hit Tuesday night.
We're both pulling on it.
This couple rode out the storm in a closet.
And I just pushed her in there and went in behind her. And when she went down, there's glass all down there from just opening this door.
It was just something you never want to imagine going through. Never.
Despite all of the damage, no major injuries are reported in Pensacola. In Convent, Louisiana, crews are searching for additional victims in this trailer park. At least 2 people are dead and dozens injured after a tornado sent mobile homes flying.
There are family members calling in that has not made contact with loved ones and that they know we're in this area.
Another twister blew the roof off of this gym in Prairieville.
They had about 35 people here, working employees and people just working out. They had about 8 kids in the daycare, so definitely a scary situation.
Forecasters expect the nasty weather to move north. Heavy rain and possible tornadoes are in the forecast for the Carolinas. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, Atlanta.
Florida's governor is expected to tour damaged areas in Pensacola later today. Now, that same storm system could dump 12 to 18 inches of snow in the Midwest and Great Lakes region. So airlines are preemptively canceling hundreds of flights ahead of the storm. This is a look at departures and arrivals at Lexington's Bluegrass Airport. So far, 2 flights heading to Chicago have been canceled, and 3 coming from the Windy City have been squashed. So if you're flying out today, make sure to check the status before you leave for the airport.
Obviously, it's the problems in those other areas that, for the most part, is affecting Bluegrass at this point. Well, the man charged in Lexington's latest murder case is going to be facing a judge in less than an hour. Clarence Taylor was arrested about 12:30 this morning, and he is charged in Friday's deadly shooting outside Camelot East on Richmond Road. WKYT's Mark Barber is at the Fayette County Court Complex to tell us how the victim is being remembered.
When police arrested and charged a man with LaRoz Mitchell's murder this morning, his friends thought they'd be relieved. Instead, they say the arrest only makes Mitchell's death more painful because he knew the man accused of killing him.
To know your killer is that much worse, and for something so stupid, for no reason.
Police say two distinguishing characteristics help them identify 24-year-old Clarence Taylor as the murder suspect. According to an arrest warrant, the 24-year-old shot Mitchell after they started fighting outside Camelot East on Richmond Road early Friday morning.
If you knew LaRaz, you loved LaRaz. He was just a great person.
As Casey Heisel remembers her close friend, she holds on to her little girl tightly, thinking about Mitchell's 3-year-old daughter.
He loved that child. She loved him too, so it's really sad. It's just so sad.
Taylor did not want to talk to us from the Fayette County Detention Center. He will be walking up the steps here at the district courthouse in less than an hour to face a judge for the first time in the murder case. In Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you. And police are telling us that Mitchell was shot several times in the chest and the legs. Officers still don't know why he was killed. And we could learn more about the evidence that a man accused in a murder-for-hire plot in southern Kentucky is facing during his preliminary hearing that is set for this afternoon. Jordan Nicholas is charged with solicitation to commit murder. Police in Pulaski County say Nicholas tried to hire someone to murder a man who he thought was an informant, but that person turned out to be an undercover officer.
Disciplinary hearings against 5 suspended police officers will resume this afternoon in Paris. During an 8-hour hearing Monday, the police chief outlined his case for firing the officers. He showed hours of video footage showing them hanging out in the dispatch center instead of being out on patrol. But their lawyer calls it a case of retaliation. The officers will have a chance to make their cases at today's meeting at 3 o'clock. We'll take a closer look at the case coming up in a report on WKYT News at 12:30. The University of Kentucky has confirmed at least 3 cases of mumps on campus. So the school is holding a walk-in clinic this afternoon to try and keep the virus from spreading to other students and staff members. And just minutes ago, we learned that those vaccinations will now be given for free. WKYT's Caitlin Sentner is at UK with more details on this health alert.
I'm near the University Health Services building where a clinic will begin in the next hour. We're told most students got the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine as children, but the university wanted to offer it for those who have not. University health officials have confirmed 3 cases of mumps on campus. All students who are confirmed to have mumps were actually vaccinated. Health officials say the MMR vaccine is the best way to prevent mumps. It doesn't protect against all cases, though. It does, however, lessen symptoms.
Even though mumps is not a life-threatening disease, it is still very contagious, and there are people out there that are immunocompromised, and it could be deadly to them.
Students who have not gotten 2 doses of the MMR vaccine and would like to get one today are asked to bring their student ID and history of immunizations with them. That clinic starts at 1 o'clock and ends at 3. In Lexington, Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
Caitlin, thank you. And students who can't make it to the clinic today are able to schedule an appointment. The clinic will also offer flu shots for students.
Kentucky lawmakers are expected to vote on a bill this afternoon that would extend line-of-duty death benefits to paramedics. If it passes, Senate Bill 43 would give the families of EMS workers and rescue squad members the same benefits as police officers and firefighters. Senator Tom Buford, a Republican of Nicholasville, is sponsoring the bill in memory of Jessamine County paramedic John Mackey. The bill would cover deaths going back to July of 2014. The Senate will vote at 2 o'clock on that this afternoon. It appears that voters in Kentucky's oldest city have approved expanded alcohol sales. The Herald Leader reporting the unofficial vote is 813 for, 534 against the measure. Not all of the votes have been counted, though, because they've had some trouble with a machine that malfunctioned in one precinct. If the numbers stand, and it appears they will, Harrodsburg will be fully wet and alcoholic drinks will be sold in restaurants that serve at least 50 people. Kentucky Alcoholic Beverage Control will not start accepting applications, though, until 60 days after the election results are certified. A big change is coming to Fayette Mall.
Abuelo's Mexican restaurant restaurant, which is near one of the mall's entrances, closed its doors for good over the weekend. The parent company says they'll be turning it into a new concept called Oak Springs Grill. Renovations for the new restaurant will take place over the next few months, and it's expected to open in May. It will offer burgers, steaks, and ribs.
Well, Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump claims another big win in the Nevada caucuses. Find out what this means ahead for Super Tuesday that's coming up, and of course the Kentucky caucus in about 10 days. It's coming up on WKYT News.
Also ahead, some celebrities have big plans for Oscar night that have nothing to do with the award ceremony. We'll tell you what they'll be doing more than 2,000 miles away. Next on WKYT.
To play on the floor at Rupp is special. To do it to bring awareness for a fellow firefighter makes it even more significant.
These guys are taking time away from their families and covering my shifts when I'm supposed to be there.
WKYT goes to Chicago to talk with a Lexington fireman battling cancer.
You can't just sit up here and be miserable. We're up here to beat this thing.
Hear his message of determination in the biggest fight of his life.
That's kind of what being a fireman is. You go into a chaotic situation and you bring it to order.
A Fireman's Fight, Thursday at 6 on WKYT.
The treasure folks are loving is the ocean's greatest haul. McDonald's Filet-O-Fish, the most golden of them all.
Right now, get 2 flaky Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for just $5.
Bluegrass Medical Aesthetics wants to help you on the path to wellness and healthy youthful aging. Hormone replacement, medically supervised weight loss, Botox, Kybella, and more. Located in Georgetown next to Qdoba. Visit us at bmaky.com.
No matter what time it is or wherever you are, your Toyota dealers are always open at buyatoyota.com. Now, during the final days of Toyota's Anytime, Anywhere event, get 0% financing for 60 months on this stylish new 2016 Corolla. Or lease one now for just $159 a month. So visit here and then come in here before it all ends February 29th. Toyota, let's go places.
They say life gets better the older you get, and time becomes more valuable. Time to spend with family, time to try new things, time to have fun. At Kroger, you can have your prescriptions filled while you shop, so it's easy to save money and time with your Kroger pharmacy. And you can get back to the things you love.
Be heart smart. Your Kroger pharmacist can help you understand your heart health numbers, your medications, and so much more. See your Kroger pharmacist today.
We know they're a great value, but to see if Malto-Meal cereal tastes as good as they claim, we have assembled a panel of experts. Spoons are up, they are mid-crunch, and full thumbs!
Find Kung Fu Panda 3 specially marked cereal in stores now.
Wake up with a hot McCafe coffee starting at only $1.
Welcome back to WKYT News at noon. With Kentucky's GOP presidential caucus a week from this Saturday, Donald Trump is celebrating his win in Nevada by predicting that he will soon claim the GOP presidential nomination.
Trump has claimed 3 state victories in a row after finishing second in the Iowa caucuses. Senator Marco Rubio narrowly edged out Senator Ted Cruz for second place, with polls showing that late deciders went his way. Super Tuesday is now less than a week away, when about 600 delegates will be up for grabs.
Congressional investigators say the White House has taken a, quote, passive approach to identifying potential fraud involving the president's health care law. In a newly released report, the nonpartisan Government Accountability Office stopped short of alleging widespread cheating in the Obamacare programs. Investigators found that the administration has struggled to resolve eligibility questions affecting millions of initial applications and hundreds of thousands of consumers who were actually approved for benefits. The Associated Press has learned that Apple will tell a judge this week that its fight with the FBI over iPhone encryption should be kicked to Congress, where the company wields considerably more influence. Apple will also argue that hacking into an iPhone used in the San Bernardino terrorism attack is improper under an 18th century law, which has been used to compel companies to provide help to law enforcement in investigations. Apple says doing so would make millions of devices vulnerable. Two Hollywood heavyweights are going to be skipping this year's Oscar ceremony.
Creed director Ryan Coogler says he'll spend Sunday evening at the Justice for Flint benefit in Michigan. His group, Blackout for Human Rights, is holding a night of entertainment and fundraising for that community devastated by the contaminated water crisis. Selma director Ava DuVernay was ignored by the Academy last year. She's going to also be there, along with Grammy-winning singer Janelle Monáe.
I'm Michelle Chamberlain. You may like to know that there's going to be added protection here in Fayette County in case of severe weather. I'll tell you more coming up at 12:30.
Now starting to see those heavier downpours pick up and even some thunderstorms in the forecast. Could we be looking at severe weather? And also, when does that rain change over into snow? I'll show you those impacts and that timing coming up next.
I'm WKYT's Rebecca Smith, and I stand for Kentucky.
Paul Miller Ford, a Central Kentucky tradition. Visit paulmillerford.com to simplify your car buying experience. Whether valuing your trade-in, scheduling a service visit, or browsing over 800 new and used vehicles, come experience the Paul Miller difference. Point, click, drive. Always open. paulmillerford.com.
Can't wait to try these wings.
I know. And apparently the spicy honey barbecue sauce is so good, it'll change your life.
Yeah?
Mom and Dad, can I borrow the car?
Our son's in a boy band?
We have a son?
Life-changing? Maybe. Indescribably good? Definitely. The boneless wings meal with spicy honey barbecue sauce, served with crinkle fries and a small drink. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
After you're injured at work, a lot of times the insurance company will attempt to call you, take statements. Don't speak to them until you speak with an experienced workers' compensation attorney.
The insurance company will attempt to settle your case for pennies on the dollar. Before you talk to the insurance company, call us first.
Our job is to make sure you get all the money you deserve.
Call Morgan, Collins, and Yeast. 1-800-55-WILDCAT.
Farmer, Frankfurt Outsider. That's Chuck Tackett. Pro-family and pro-business. Chuck Tackett rejects the notion by Washington liberals that the answer to every problem is another big government program. We can trust Chuck Tackett to put our families first by standing up to big government and big business. In the special election for state representative March 8th, send a message to the career politicians. Vote Chuck Tackett. Farmer, Frankfurt Outsider.
Our city is like one big machine with thousands of moving parts. Lextran keeps more of those parts moving than most of us realize. Moving thousands of people a day to and from places of education or employment or enjoyment. Days and nights, rain or shine, weekdays and weekends, Sundays and holidays. So whether you ride the bus or not, you can count on the fact that many of the people you count on Lextran.
Paul Miller Ford, a Central Kentucky tradition built on loyalty and trust for over 60 years, where customers come first and your experience matters. Whether relaxing in our comfortable lounge area or working with our knowledgeable staff, you're always welcome to the 5-star experience. Point, click, drive. Always open. paulmillerford.com.
Play it up. Looking across the region right now on our first alert severe weather day, I'm meteorologist Micah Harris. The low pressure system, the surface low, look at this. Yeah, you know exactly where that is. Look at that spinning right through there. And look, what's going to happen is this ejects northeast, and once it does, it pulls in that colder air and changes this rain that we see out here into some snow later on today. Let's show you where the heaviest rain's falling at the moment, up 27 in Falmouth. If you live northbound in Falmouth, you're into the Covington area, Cincinnati, that's where this one's heading. And through this area, the AA highway, if you go into the far northern counties, that's an area of concern. And what I mean by concern is we're not looking at a great severe weather threat, but if we do see one, it's a very slight chance. Stray cell or two, that will be in that region. Far northern zones north of I-64 and also heading over toward the east. Let's talk about your storm impacts. Heavy rain, you'll get some heavy downpours. Could we have isolated flooding areas? That is possible with as saturated of the ground as we have, but it's not real high. It's not a huge risk, okay? Then we're talking about high winds. There is a wind advisory for everybody in the viewing area. Lake wind advisory over toward the east-southeast. The difference from that is a lot of lakes over toward that region. And so we just need to keep in mind that 30, 40 mile per hour wind gusts will be common the rest of the day. Then snow heading off into the afternoon and evening. It doesn't look like a huge impact, but it will make an impact overnight and into tomorrow. Let's talk about your severe weather threat. Here's the outline. East and north, that is your best bet. As this system rolls on through, it'll spin off some strong storms. There's no doubt about that, but maybe even an isolated severe cell, so we need to watch that closely. Let me take you hour by hour. The rest of the day off into the next 24 hours. Watch this, okay? So we get into 5 p.m. We're in the 50s and close to 60 in some spots. Right now, mid-40s later on this afternoon. It's going to be much cooler as that wind blows on in here. From 5 to 8 p.m., watch the changeover. That's when I expect from 65 to 75 for that snow to switch over. 5 to 8 p.m. and before midnight for the far eastern zones. It becomes widespread by midnight. And tomorrow morning, we will wake up with a few issues on the road. This is no shutdown snow. It's light totals is what we're going to be expecting, anywhere from, I would say, a coating to 2 inches is your best bet. So a coating, 1 inch or 2 inches, your best bet. Could you get isolated spots, maybe 3 inches? Yeah, it's a possibility, but coating to 2 is your best bet. That's going to be for tomorrow, so some issues there on the roads is possible tomorrow morning. Afternoon and evening is when it fades. Friday, another winter day, but Saturday and Sunday, guys, we actually make up for it. We're in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Good weather there for the weekend.
All right, so the rebound will be good.
Yeah, the rebound's nice.
Thank you. We're coming back on WKYT in just a moment. The Cats cruise at home.
And they're breathing a sigh of relief now that the big man is back. Dave Baker's next with sports.
And checking stocks as we head into the afternoon trading. The major market indicators are down.
CBS Tonight. Go! Survivor is back with brains versus brawn versus beauty. And already there are big problems.
We can't make a fire. We don't have any fresh water. We don't have anything to eat.
Bad blood.
Liz, she knows everything about everything, and it's just irritating.
And
I missed her last night. You missed me?
A budding bromance.
I like hanging out with Ty. He is one of a kind for sure. He tried to kiss me. I think he likes it a little bit.
New Survivor, CBS Tonight, or stream it live or on demand.
Enjoy 0% financing for 5 years and free TVs with your qualifying purchase at Sleep Outfitters. Get this Sealy Pillow Top Queen Set with gel foam on sale now for just $4.99 plus a free TV. Save up to 50% off Tempur-Pedic floor models. You heard right, up to half off Tempur-Pedic while supplies last. 0% financing for 5 years, free TVs, store-wide savings, and up to 50% off Tempur-Pedic floor models. Only at Sleep Outfitters.
In these hard times, millions of Americans struggle to get by on low wages. Their difficult lives are made harder when they do the work they've been hired to do and their employers refuse to pay them for some hours but not all, or fail to pay overtime when hours exceed 40 in a week. This is called wage theft. It's real simple. Employers take money that belongs to their employees. If you have questions about wage theft or overtime violations, call us, Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
And the nominees are the 2016 Camry, Corolla, and RAV4. New 2016 Corollas, $159 a month. Camrys, $179, and RAV4s, $209 a month. Or 0% APR financing available. For price, selection, and service, the winner is you when you come to Frankfort Toyota.
Frankfort Toyota, Google rated 4.9 out of 5 stars.
Frankfort Toyota, and online at frankforttoyota.com.
Come to the Flooring Gallery and let's find the perfect floor together. The Flooring Gallery, your home's best friend.
Diamond Masters is buying your gold, silver, jewelry, and coins. Now is the time. Sell your rings, watches, chains, flatware, and coins. Diamond Masters is paying the real top dollar. Come in and get paid on the spot today. Diamond Masters, we really do pay more.
At Window World, you get the best price right up front
Our windows feature the Good Housekeeping seal.
and come with a lifetime limited warranty.
Act now and get a house full of windows for as low as $79 a month installed.
Window World, simply the best for less.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you. WKYT.
Alabama was maybe playing for their NCAA lives last night, and the Cats were just trying to find out how deep they could go in their bench as John Calipari used his 10th different starting lineup this season. Isaac Humphries got his first career start and had a nice bounce back after that unfortunate finish at A&M. Jamal Murray on his birthday, man, was he rock solid again with 23. And Tyler Eulis put one more notch in a belt on what I believe is an SEC Player of the Year kind of season. But the biggest deal, especially with Derek Willis out, Alex Poitras back in the lineup for the first time since February 2nd. 14 points he added. The Cats cruise to their 21st win and are now in sole possession of first place in the SEC with 3 regular season games to go. Rob Bromley has our story from Rupp Arena.
This game marked the return of Alex Poitras, and he was really good. But again, Jamal Murray and Tyler Eulis were sensational. Eulis with his 5th double-digit assist game, breaking a record held by Kyle Macy. Again, he proved he's not too small.
Because at the end of the day, I really don't, think about what people outside of us and outside of my family think. I just try to go out there and play and do what I know I can do.
He is a pro, okay? He can play on the professional level. He's probably better than a lot of guys that are there now. He's good, man. He can do everything.
He's disruptive defensively. They're trying to post him with 7-footers, and he's hanging around, So it's not like they're going to do that. I think he's going to be a really good pro, and I think he'll have a long career.
The Cats now have 21 wins as they head for Vanderbilt this weekend. John Calipari had no update tonight on Derek Willis. In Rupp, Rob Bromley, WKYT.
And Marcus Lee.
How about Marcus Lee? He would not do that to Bill Bryant, I can tell you that. Next up, another team fighting for its NCAA life, Vanderbilt. That's Saturday afternoon at 4, right here on WKYT. Afterwards, a special edition of Wildcat Wrap-Up that is live from Nashville. Tonight on the Big Blue Insider, Mark Berger sitting in for Dick Gabriel, who's off covering the UK baseball team. He'll have more with Cal and the Cats on last night's win over the Crimson Tide. That's at 6 on 630 WLAP. We'll have more throughout the day, not only from Rob Bromley, but from the aforementioned Marcus Lee. But for now, that's a look at sports on this Wednesday.
All right. It's a pretty good photo bombing, wasn't it?
I like that a lot.
All right. Thanks, Buzz.
There's more to come in our next half hour of WKYT News at noon.
A police chase leads to a deadly motorcycle crash in western Kentucky.
The disciplinary hearing for 5 suspended Paris police officers resumes today. Coming up at 12:30, we will have the latest.
Tonight's Powerball jackpot is $236 million, and Friday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $125 million.